So, here's what's fun about being a teacher is that you're going to work your hardest. You're going to give everything you have to your room, to your life, into this profession, because that's just what we do. That's part of who we are. And so a new challenge that I'm going to be faced with this month is that I'm going to be getting furloughed. Yes, you heard it. They are furloughing our teachers for 4 days this year and this fall. So mentally taking that in, furloughed.
Last time on Dear Sketchbook.
It is September.
So let's be real for a second.
It's not the first day of school anymore.
My fourth graders are working on this pumpkin ghost homes.
I worked hard to source some furniture for free.
I'm gonna be sharing some of my favorite tips from taming those pesky curly papers, mastering those marathon long classes, and protecting your peace and energy throughout the school year.
That wraps up the month of September.
We're gonna move on, and it's not worth the stress. It's not worth the stress. My name is Keisha Morales, and I'm an elementary art teacher here in Texas.
Hello. And I'm Jablecki.
And welcome to Art of Education's Dear Sketchbook, an art teacher vlog where we share the ins and outs of art teacher life with fun and helpful tips and tricks along the way.
Boo! Welcome to October in the scariest place on earth, a middle school classroom.
So it's October, and I'm so excited to breathe some spooky vibes into this classroom and creative ways to use the tools that we already have for our elementary art lessons.
This month, we are focusing in on drawing and ink shading, as well as shading with pencils.
Spooky large art displays.
We're doing all types of drawing tools, and we actually use a really fun prompt list called Inktober. Welcome to spooky season in middle school.
We just got a package, and it's gonna be my outfit for trunk or treat. So let's go ahead and open this together. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is gorgeous. Oh, this is huge. Dun, dun, dun. Hello? What's that? Okay, you can just put it on my desk. Thank you. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Look at this. Look. Wow. I feel fabulous. Wow. Wearing Frida as I'm dressed as Frida.
Hello, art teachers. Welcome to middle school art room, House of Horrors. Today, we are going to take the dreaded dead markers from the graveyard and we are going to revive them. This is where you should absolutely insert any sort of like lightning bolts, maybe like Twilight Zone situation. So come along with me, my friends, while we bring markers back to life. What I'm looking for is an alcohol-based marker to be able to revive. So you will need isopropyl alcohol, something for them to live in tip side down, and then obviously a paper to test. I will take this, I will dip it just inside of the alcohol, wait till I see a little bit of the alcohol bleeding through, close the top, and place it into some place where then the ink will run back into the nib. If you soak your marker too long, it actually dilutes it, and it doesn't make it run as nicely. It only takes a few seconds. So make sure that you're really watching for how long you're soaking the markers, because there's nothing, my friends, that is scarier than an art teacher's budget. This marker has been currently revived. Something else that I really like to use this for is to actually clean my colorless blenders. So what I'll do is I will actually soak these for a little bit longer because I want all of the ink to run out of the pen for creating those colorless blenders that I need.
When it comes to doing seasonal artwork, I like to keep my projects very fun, creative, and flexible for everyone. When my fourth graders did the fall pumpkin houses, a few of my students got the creative idea of adding a baby ghost. Now, due to religious reasons and cultural reasons, I did have a few students saying that they wanted to make a cat or dog, and that was totally okay. This way, students can still enjoy seasonal artwork while still keeping it respectful for all cultures and backgrounds.
Fun things that are happening. I got a new whiteboard. It's about a foot smaller. Every day when students come in, I will have the Inktober prompts posted on the board. And I tie this together with my drawing unit. Students are able to make connections with vocabulary and words and art. Inktober started online. It's a Instagram account. It was really cool. And this is one way that we can bring positive aspects of social media to our students. Through Inktober, we work on pencil drawing and the foundations of drawing, and then we learn how to translate it into things like ink shading to show different values and light and dark and how to manipulate a tool to create really dynamic and creative drawings. The last thing that I tell them is to stop thinking about things in terms of what we've called it. And it kind of gets a little bit funky and weird when we say this. You called this your nose because this is what you've called a nose. These are your eyes because you call these eyes. We don't want to create the symbol of what our brain calls these things. We want to just draw what we see, whether it's simple lines and simple shapes. You can use color, you can use ink pen, you can use a permanent marker, and we talk about blending with illustration markers. One of the things that I like to provide is a bleed blocker, a thin plastic sheet that you can slide underneath the paper to stop bleeding. So I create bleed blockers from excess lamination. I love being able to project this up on my board while I'm doing a demonstration so that students are able to see the technique live action as well as what it should look like. I will print one of these out for them to be able to adhere inside of their visual journals. This gives them the opportunity to be able to reference back to techniques that we're using in class. I think that it is so important for students to get the opportunity to show how creative they are, even if they're not enrolled in an art class. On my bulletin board, I have posted all of the Inktober prompts, and I posted these little pieces of paper that students take, draw, and then post back their interpretation of the prompt.
We are using cardboard to create these elaborate shadow boxes. We are using cardboard, which means we are using very specific cutting scissors, and we're getting to the assembling part, which means we're going to be using hot glue guns here. And I know some teachers have a hard time incorporating these tools in the classroom due to lack of tools, classroom setup, or even the fear of students getting hurt while using these different tools. I do tell my parents, hey, we're going to be using hot glue guns, letting my teachers know as well. The kids know that I'm not playing around. I will have the kids circle around and I'm showing them how to use the hot glue gun as I'm attaching my pieces together. I have the sticks for the glue guns on the table and they grab one as they run out. I used to have them at the stations, but when they will lay down their hot glue guns, most of the time they were putting it on top of the sticks. Here is my big station where we have an extension cord that has a multi-purpose outlet plug. It's got like 8 sources on there. Okay, we have one hot glue gun station by the door, and because it's so close to an exit, we have the hot glue guns on top of the little ledge so that people can still walk by if we need to. We have another station over here, and this black one is the one that I'm actually going to be using as my example. I just have it ready to go. The collaborative cardboard aquarium is a great elementary lesson plan that also includes anchor charts to see live references to cardboard cutting tools and cardboard texture techniques. Be sure to head on over to our website, which we will link down below in the description box for more information on how you can get Flex for your district.
Okay, so, sorry, I just ate cheesecake. It was delicious. I have a student really having a rough year. Like, he's been in here this whole semester, and now he's already currently going through his second journal. Like, not drawing it, like destroying it. I am going to build him a book, and hopefully that will deter his wanting to destroy stuff. And I might talk to my principal, see like what she thinks would be positive for him too. So I took a recycled book and I kind of like pulled the cover off, and I'm gonna kind of put it back together. I'm gonna give him a new piece of paper every day. He said that he would like to build it together. And I love that.
So about 3 years ago when my husband and I got married, we had a Van Gogh Story Night inspired wedding. I took it upon myself to make these display boards because I knew nobody else was going to be able to make it. I decided to bring them back from retirement and kind of give them a new look with our trunk or treat coming up soon. I have this crazy idea of having a very, very large display and incorporating some of the kids' artwork. But what you don't know is how obsessive I've become over a good art display. It's probably the theater girl in me. When I get that idea up here, I'm like, absolutely, we're gonna make this happen. Do you really think I should be working on something this large? Absolutely not. The idea is up here, so we're gonna make it come to life. It's a blessing and a curse.
Good morning from the longest day of every teacher's life, Halloween. Today's parent-teacher conference day. Yes, we are absolutely wearing costumes to parent-teacher conferences. There is no getting out of the crazy, so you might as well just dive right in. It doesn't matter what age level, high school, middle school, elementary, pre-K. We are all thinking of you today. So, let's get ready. Happy Halloween.
That wraps up the month of October. We will love to hear how you are setting up your spooky displays.
Make sure that you're subscribed and you have your notifications on so that you don't miss the ins and outs of our teacher life. Bye.
In the next episode of Dear Sketchbook.
So, fun furlough day. You're gonna have a good time, but you're not gonna get paid. I think that's just gonna be what I do all day. You're not getting paid, but you better take care of yourself. Fun Furlough Friday. We might not be getting paid, but we're having a good day. Doesn't matter because you might not get paid, but you're gonna have an awesome day.